Twitter is a cesspit of awful takes and bad opinions at the best of times, but what I saw today was something else. Amouranth, a streamer that most of you have probably at least heard of. If you haven't, quick overview. She's a streamer that regularly streams to over 10,000 people. Well, the other day, one of her streams took a concerning turn when she revealed that she's actually been involved in a very abusive and controlling marriage.
The therapist even told him that it's a form of like psychological abuse, and that I'm basically living in a fancy prison. And then he was changed for a bit, and then the hot tub meta arose, and he was like, oh, this is an opportunity, and then he turned into an asshole again.
Now, I'm only going to give a brief overview of the events, but she basically lay loads of allegations against the guy, saying that he made threats against her, he made threats against her dogs, he forced her to stream, and then took control of all of the money.
Why did you say you were going to kill my dogs?
Leave the house.
Okay, I can leave the... you know what? Actually, I shouldn't leave the house because my dogs are here.
We'll take the dogs and leave. You're asking the question, I'm telling you, and you're interrupting my fucking, telling you. Literally. Literally.
What are you saying? You just told me you were gonna kill dogs if I didn't do a 24-hour stream.
She then also revealed some texts which showed that the guy was basically just insulting her over and over again, threatening her well-being, belittling her, and basically just all-round abusing her. He would go on to say that if she doesn't speak to him, then he was going to burn through all of her money and leave her bankrupt. By the way, I'm going to leave a load of information in the pinned comment on this video if you feel like yourself or somebody that you know might be going through a similar situation. Now, I'm sure we can all agree this is very fucked up, and I'm very glad that she's been able to take that first step towards getting herself out of there. As perfectly sane people, we probably all heard about this and felt absolutely appalled, probably sorry for her because, you know, empathy. But sadly, a lot of people on Twitter did not have the same reaction. What you're about to see is probably the biggest case of victim blaming I've ever seen. Now, I know Twitter replies are a place that nobody should ever go to, but after seeing all of these, I felt like I had to say something. The thing I saw the most were people saying, this isn't real, she's doing it all for money, it's a stunt, grumble, grumble, grumble. Firstly, are you an idiot? I can see why they might say that she's doing it all for money, and when I say I can see why they would say that, I mean I can see the teeniest, tiniest fraction of a point that they might have. Just for a second, let's entertain the idea that she has lied about this, that she saw this as an opportunity to make some quick sympathy cash, as somebody said. Because just from a quick look at her Twitch stats, you can say that she's comfortably making a lot of money already. So why would she risk her whole reputation to make up a false abuse story just for some quick cash? Money that she probably would have been making anyway. Then we have this tweet here in support of her saying, to people saying she's lying, do you think these text convos are a stunt to you? But then you have people in the replies that are fighting so hard for the abuser in this situation, saying fake texts aren't hard to make. But in the clip provided, there are no visible timestamps or dates. Yeah, no, not buying it. I'm sorry, but that's awfully suspicious. Now, I'm all for trying to seek out the truth, but this is just absolutely disgusting. There's trying to find out if something is true, and there's just absolutely denying the possibility that somebody could have been abused. You know, someone can't have control of you if you don't let them, right? Like, it really is that simple. Just remove yourself from a situation and boom, problem solved. Don't get frustrated that you can't do anything, because that's the point, for you to feel like that. Thank fucking Christ he's finally said it. All domestic violence across the world has just been solved. I've never read something so brain dead and lacking in awareness. It's these same type of people that always wonder why abuse victims never come forward. As a victim, you're already terrified for your life because you're being put in a situation where you constantly feel in danger. So coming forward and telling your story just to be met by a chorus of people people saying, no, I don't believe it because there's not a date in the screenshot, is absolutely heartbreaking. Abuse victims are put through so much mental torture that it's already hard for them to see a way out as it is. And the people in these replies are just completely refusing to believe that. I feel sorry for the people around these users. God forbid somebody close to one of these people came to them with a similar story. These are people's mums, their daughters, their sisters, their friends. It happens to guys too. It happens to every category of people in this world. Are you telling me that if somebody close to you felt brave enough to tell you their story, you would look them in the eyes and tell them, sorry, I just don't believe you, why didn't you just leave? The other most common reply that I saw in these threads came from people who had donated to her in the past. Amouranth has had a husband this whole time, yet I've been gifting her thousands of tier 3s every month. How do you charge back on a credit card? Now, before anybody goes off in the comments saying, oh, this was a joke, I'm well aware that this guy has said it was a joke, but broski, I'm not gonna lie, abuse situations just aren't that funny to me. And it's made worse because there are people saying the exact same thing, but they genuinely mean it. She has a husband, so she flexes with all the millions when she don't even have control of the money. It is genuinely scary that we live in the same world as these people. Like, how is this your takeaway from the situation? Their first thought isn't, oh my god, is she okay? It's, oh my god, she has a husband? What the fuck? Like, sorry, did you not hear the part where she said he was abusive or anything? I hate saying this, but this is the beginning of the end of Miss Amouranth. I can already imagine all her followers dismayed and disappointed. We'll see what will happen in the next few weeks. This one's an absolute classic. I hate saying this. Then just don't say it. You've come out of nowhere to reply to a story about a woman being abused to tell her that her career is now over because she foolishly revealed she has a husband. These are genuinely some of the worst takes I've ever seen in my life. But I want to end this video with a sort of signal boost, if anything, from a message that I saw from a Spanish streamer. If someone in Amouranth's position has been able to spend all this time living such a hell, imagine the things that happen to people around us without us knowing. Human beings can be disgusting. Sorry if this video has come across more as a rant than anything else, but when I saw the replies to these threads, I just could not believe my eyes. The absolute lack of humanity in some people is just so disheartening, because a story like this should give other people in similar situations hope that they are going to be able to make it through and get themselves out of it. But in reality, they're just going to see the replies to it and think, oh my god, I can never tell my story because nobody's going to believe me. And like I said earlier, I'm going to leave loads of information in the pinned comment for anybody that thinks they or somebody they know might need it. Please feel free to comment down below with your thoughts on everything that's happened. But other than that, see ya.